Hey folks, RB here. Just regarding a small video to review the indexes with you. We have Nvidia earnings tomorrow after hours, so the last 2 days were pretty, small range, a chop action to say. And if you remember from my previous post on the weekend, the levels that I gave were that if SPX traded above 5290. Then there is a chance that there's another high above 5325, right? So in the last two sessions, what you have seen is that on the lower side we traded a little bit above 5290. I think the low made on SPX was 5297 yesterday, right? And today we were also trading right above that, right? So and 50 and on US 500, I see like 5300 was tagged at the low. It didn't even reach the 5293, 5295 point, right? And we have tested this 5325 like three times now, and there are like two options which are pretty much drawn here on the chart. If they want to kind of hold on to the Nvidia earnings for tomorrow, there is a chance that we may dip overnight and come back to the similar point, and this can become a little wider for as shown here, right? Like an ABC, but the chances look limited. With that, there's no real, data or an event other than the Nvidia earnings, which can really make that happen. So, I would think, that we may continue to rally overnight, and the four was finished here, and right now we are just climbing up in the wave three, right? And what will happen is that this breakout should happen sooner or later tonight, and we may probably see us doing a pre-earning run tomorrow. If that happens, that's not a great thing, because that means that we will finish this wave already by the time earnings will be out, right? So if, let's say, we go up till 5350 tomorrow or so, I mean there is nothing left for Nvidia to pump after that. So I mean, I wouldn't be long if this happens by tomorrow afternoon or so. Book out whatever you want to book out, from the SPX or QQQ perspective as well. I think this is gonna mark that interim three overall, which we are looking at, right? And once that interim three is logged, and I shared in the weekend video as well about my thoughts on the Nvidia, right? So I'm looking at this dip, right? So this is where my area of interest is to go back long again. Not at the highs, if if there is a pump overnight or we see 5350 tomorrow or something like that. No, that's not where you want to keep going long. That's where you book out long, and then let the Nvidia earnings come out, and if there is a dip after that, then that's what I'll be interested to buy in the area which I shared before in the Substack, which is 5240 or lower, 5200, right? So that's where the wave 4 should come down to in a couple of days or 2 to 3 sessions, to say after the Nvidia earnings, maybe by end of the week, maybe next week. And then we initiate new longs for another 5400 run or above that, right? So that's gonna be my plan. And let me just show you what I have for Nvidia as well. I explained that in the weekend video as well, that I really don't know what's going on here, right? It's very choppy lapping moves here, right? Can it become something different, where this is one two, 1 2, and this is a three wave going? But again, there are like so many overlaps, it's not very easy to simply say that, oh yeah, this is an impulsive wave, right? So what I'm looking at is that it is doing some sort of a leading diagonal, at least, if nothing else. If we don't want to call it even as a B wave, that this was like an A drop B and a C, if you don't want to go that route, at the minimum, drop could be that, okay, yeah, this is a leading diagonal wave one. We get another drop, let's say to 830, 840 in a couple of days after the earnings. And once this drop is done, then Nvidia starts rallying back up again, right? And our target is again somewhere in the 1100, 1200 range. So that's what I'm eyeing for. If I miss the run, if the run comes, that's fine. But if there is a dip, I'm certainly looking to buy the dip, and we'll get to know from the price action whether that dip is going to be contained within 840 or whether we are looking at going back to 740, 760 range and buy it here again, right? So two buy areas for me for Nvidia. Other than that, I'm not touching it in the supply before earnings and betting anything on it, right? My idea remains buy if the dip comes. That's what my Nvidia thinking is, and if you see, this kind of aligns with what I just shared with Nvidia. And on the QQQ side as well, if you see, we are already past 161% here, right? And this move is ongoing, so we might see a little bit of a more rally tomorrow while it's going up, and something like this. And that's from there. Again, my area of interest to go long either comes at 449, which was the breakout area here, depending on how much sell we get from the tech. If this breaks, then I'm looking at 444. So between 449, 444, I think these are good buying spots, right? Not here, not above when we are all at all the time high. We don't know where the supply is, and if the sell the event happens with Nvidia, we are gonna see it back at 449 or 444. So that's about QQQ, SPX, and my expectation from Nvidia. Let's see what happens tomorrow after hours, after the earnings come out. Thank you so very much. Good luck. Bye bye.